welcome to today's video. Today we are going to be doing a tutorial on my everyday look for fall. I pretty much updated I think the very second video that I ever did on YouTube was like a Zoom everyday look, and I kind of have now updated it a little bit to add a little bit of fall colors in, like you can see the olive on my eyes. One more quick thing that I really wanted to add is that I do actually ask over on my Instagram, I often do polls to ask people what kind of videos they would like to watch. So if you are not currently following me on Instagram, feel free to head over there and follow me there. If you guys are interested in seeing how I achieve this look, feel free to keep watching. To start with my skin prep, I'm going to be using the Martini Prep by Laura Makeup Labs. This is actually one of my favorite primers. I talked about this, I think, in my video where I did talk about her brand. I reviewed pretty much as many products as I could from her brand, and this was really a standout product in terms of looking for a primer that works really, really well under a really matte foundation. So the thing about fall is and this is one of my favorite things about fall, is that matte is in season, you know what I mean? Sometimes I feel like summer, the glowier the better, and then as you start getting into the autumn, winter months, the matter the better. I really enjoy using this primer with the L'Oreal Pro Matte foundation, which I've actually talked about quite a few times on this channel, but it is definitely my go-to for foundations, particularly when I want my makeup to last throughout the day. So now that my face is nicely hydrated from this primer serum, we're gonna go ahead and apply the foundation. I'm just gonna fast forward this part because y'all know how foundation looks. What's funny is I actually feel like before, just for some reason, somehow this year, my skin has been changing a little bit. I used to actually use a mattifying primer underneath this already super mattifying foundation, and now I've just found that I actually need a little bit of hydration in my skin when I use this foundation, which is so weird to me. Very, very strange, because normally I can get away with all of the matte things and my face is fine. My skin doesn't feel tight at the end of the day, but lately I've just been noticing a shift. So, you know, getting older is so great. Foundation is pretty much on. You guys can see that this is a pretty full coverage foundation, even with a beauty blender to sheer it out. It covered pretty much everything. I'm gonna go ahead and also do my brows and fast forward through this part, mostly just because you guys have seen me apply my brows before, but I am gonna go ahead and use my Tom Ford favorite brow sculptor, and then I'm pairing that today with the Kosas brow gel. Okay, and from here, this is where we get to play with a lot of color and try to make this into a very fall toned look. That's actually really quite simple, which is why I call this my everyday look. So I'm gonna go ahead and use Makeup Forever's Aqua Resist Smoky Shadow in the color Jungle. I have talked about the Makeup Forever cream eyeshadow sticks. They are seriously one of my absolute favorite cream eyeshadow sticks. Usually this is the benchmark in which I compare all of the other cream eyeshadow sticks to. So this is a beautiful army olivey green tone that shifts a little bit gold, and I absolutely love this for any time I want to just do a little bit of color on my eyes and kind of define everything. And the best part about these cream eyeshadow sticks is that it doesn't require an eyeshadow primer at all. They literally just lay onto your eyes super beautifully. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and lightly define my eyes on the upper lash line and then also on the lower lash line, just to kind of give my eyes a little bit more emphasis here. And you'll get to kind of actually see how this product applies, and it's seriously so easy. I actually have a little bit of texture on my eyelids now just because, I don't know, they're a little bit dry. I think it's because I've been traveling for I was traveling for the past week, so I think I just didn't drink enough water, so my eyelids are crepey. It's really weird. Anyway, but you can see how easy it was for me to literally just draw that line across. I'm gonna go ahead and replicate that on this side. And one of the techniques that really helps with actually when you're doing something like this is to hold your mirror and actually raise your eyebrows to kind of make your eyelids as taut as possible. And then what you're gonna do is you're actually gonna look down and apply that color. Just, it makes it a little bit easier to get the correct shape. Of course, everyone's eye shapes are a little bit different, but this is just how I do it, so. All right, so just looking ahead at the mirror, for me, my eyes are actually like 2 different shapes. I don't know if you've noticed or not, but that's something that I've lived with for forever. Anyway, so I always have to look ahead and just make sure that like everything matches, and that like usually my right eye will require just a little bit more, just a little bit of a thicker line, just so when I look straight ahead, it actually like matches on both sides. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and smudge this out on my lower lash line, and this is the part where I don't really have to be too precise, but I am just gonna go ahead and follow this part here. I'm not in the waterline actually, I'm really more just grazing along that line here. And again, when you're working with a cream eyeshadow stick that is so blendable, pigmented, easy to apply, this is when you get that technique where you can literally, it's literally just like drawing a line back and forth. You don't have to worry so much about like intense tugging. The color just kind of comes off the cream eyeshadow stick. And from here, one of the steps that you can definitely do is you can kind of blend out the line that you just drew if you would like. I'm not really one for doing that. I actually really enjoy kind of just like the stark line that it gives me, but if you don't really enjoy that blunt line, you can always just take a brush and really kind of go along the line and blend that out a little bit. The thing about the Makeup Forever cream eyeshadow sticks is also that they last forever. So for me, I kind of waited a little bit too long to blend it out, which for me is fine because like I don't really want to blend it out that much anyway. But if you are the type of person where you like a softer line, then I would definitely recommend applying one eye and then blending it out and then moving on to the next eye, just because this cream eyeshadow stick is like one of those where it's like when it's stuck, it's like it's stuck, but it's awesome because it means that it's going to be there for the rest of the day. That pretty much is it, honestly, for eyes. Like, I'm just going to leave it at that, but I just feel like this beautiful olivey tone really kind of screams fall, and it just helps you define your eyes without doing too much. So you can definitely see why this is like an everyday routine, because none of these steps really take too long. So I'm going to go ahead and conceal my eyes really quickly, or my under eyes. And I'm using the slightest amount. I don't want to use too much. This is the Tarte Shape Tape in the Ultra Creamy formula. I don't really like the original Shape Tape. I think that it's a little bit too heavy. But I do really like the creamy one for when I want kind of like a full coverage, but not too crepey underneath my eyes. And I'm really kind of using the concealer as well to really kind of create just a little bit of lift on my eyes. Because, you know, looking a little tired today. Next, I'm going to go ahead and use a product that I have been bringing with me everywhere. This is the Vieve Skin Dew Glow Multitasker. I love this stuff. It looks so, so good on your skin. I know I actually talked about how, like, the fall is a great time to do like matte looks and to look like, you know, but you always want just a little bit of a healthy glow, and this is why I absolutely love this product. It gives you just a touch of life back into your skin, but it's not like you're highlighted to like the nth degree, if that makes sense. So I'm literally just tapping it right on, taking a beauty blender right over it. And just like, isn't that the most natural and beautiful glow? Like, it's just, it's so nice. Literally one of my favorite products of all time now. All right, from here, I am going to go ahead and set down with a little bit of powder. I'm going to take, this is the Ciate Watermelon Burst Setting Powder. I actually really like this for my under eyes. I think it does a really incredible job of kind of setting your under eyes, but not making them look too crepey. And this product actually has, I believe, I want to say that it's actually infused with hyaluronic acid as well. But it makes it so that throughout the day, while it sets your face, it doesn't make it too dry. So I'm just going to set a little bit down. And then I am going to go in with my Kosas powder, which I love very, very much as well. I'm going to take this on a bit more of a fluffy brush. This is my LaRousse LR360 tapered face brush, and I'm just gonna lightly dust this on the areas where I plan on laying down a tiny bit of bronzer. Now in the fall, I don't bronze a lot, but I still bronze a little bit, mostly for the sake of like helping my face look somewhat less pumpkin-y, you know what I mean? So I am gonna go ahead and take the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Bronzer in Luminous Bronze Light. Actually, these complexion products that I'm going to be using are all ones that I talked about in my top 3. So if you're interested in checking out that video, I will definitely leave a link below. Okay, so just using that same brush, I'm going to go ahead and lightly bronze my face. I'm going to bring this quite a bit higher on my cheekbones and literally just add a tiny bit of color. So you can see that literally, like this, honestly, this is such a pigmented powder bronzer that I always go really, really fluffy brush and a tiny, tiny bit. It really goes a long way. And I'm actually gonna kind of really bronze up this real great chin, jawline, lack thereof, jawline. Okay, and just a tiny bit on the top of my forehead to help create the illusion that I don't have a ginormous forehead and my face is not so large. And for blush, I'm going to go ahead and use the Alamar Colorete Blush Trio, and I'm going to be using the color Dulce Sueños, which I really enjoy this blush mostly just because I think it gives this, like, it's a beautiful, like, deeper, kind of plummier tone, which I absolutely love for fall. So we're just going to take this and lightly dust that on. And now, just because I've applied everything kind of on top, I do want to add a little bit more of that Skin Dew. And at this point in time, you're probably like, oh my god, don't put it on top of your powder products. But check this product out. This is literally one of the only liquid highlights that I know of that you can literally apply on top of powder products, and it does not like pick it up or look strange at all. So I'm literally just going to do the same thing. I'm going to tap it on. And then I'm going to use my Beauty Blender and just lightly push that into my skin. And voila. Like, come on. Unbelievable, right? It's so crazy. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and apply my mascara, and then we will come back and do lips. So let's go ahead and set our face down first. I'm going to go ahead and use the I Heart Revolution Tasty Peach Mattifying Priming Spray. I know technically that it's like a priming spray, but I use it as a setting spray anyway. And then I'm going to finish this look with the Ultimate Lip Combo. This is also from Vive. I'm going to be using the Modern Lip Definer in Velvet Sands and the lipstick in Treasure. Okay, and that is pretty much it for this look. Actually, I'm going to take out my hair clips before I close out. Okay, finished zhuzhing my hair correctly so that it looks a little more proper, whatever. Anyway, so this has really been my go-to everyday look for literally the entire month of October and September. Actually, I've been doing this look for a really, really long time. So I've gotten this narrowed down to basically like it takes me with about 12 to 13 minutes to complete this in the mornings. So hopefully you enjoyed this very quick tutorial on a really fun fall look that you can wear to work. It's very wearable. Everything lasts all day long. The lip is amazing. It's pretty matte, so it matches kind of like the fall tones, but then it also has kind of just some elements that make it a little bit more skin-like. That pretty much closes out this video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. If you did, feel free to like and subscribe to our channel, and I will see you guys next week. Thanks again for watching. Bye! What am I doing today? Right. Okay. This is... Next...